Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Very good morning to you all. I welcome you all in 10th standard. Let us start our first chapter, chemical reactions and equations in the science subject. So, when we talk about the chemical reactions, I would like to inform you that in our daily life, we are bounded by numerous various chemical reactions. In our daily 24 hours day night life, we come across through various chemical reactions. We are unaware with that, but the fact is that we are bounded between the chemical reactions. For simple example, if we have milk as a food, when we purchase the milk and come back to home, what we do first we boil that. Boiling a milk is itself is a chemical reaction, and after boiling, it starts uh, cooling, right? Its temperature starts decreasing. This is itself a chemical reaction. Okay, and in breakfast, what we take the meals, that is the stream of chemical reactions. What the salan, what we say salan, sambar, etc., etc. That all is prepared by undergoing various chemical reactions. After our meals, we take tea. We drink tea. What is that tea? It is bounded with chemical reactions. First, the milk is boiled, and again, the tea powder is added. Tea powder itself is an element. Milk is an element. Milk has its own chemical formula, empirical formula, numerical formula, structural formula. Tea powder has its own chemical formula. And again, we add sugar in that. Sugar itself has its own chemical formula, chemical name. So every activity, not every activity, but majority of our activities are bounded with chemical reactions. And in actual, what is the chemical reaction? What actually is chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is that activity that undergoes when one or more compounds get added in between them or subtracted in between them. Okay. If one or more than one substances, atoms, molecules, elements get added or subtracted from each other, that is called as chemical reaction. Consider the following situations of our daily life and think what happens. If milk is left at room temperature, have you observed a hot milk when you take in a bowl or a cup? Just keep it anywhere on the table or any in open place. You will observe after 4 to 5 minutes or after 10 minutes, a solid thick layer will appear on the top. That is reaction. That layer in our language we call it as malai. And iron, what we use in our daily life, for example, tawa, pan, when it is exposed to the flame, what happens? It gets heated. What is that? That is chemical reaction. Grapes get fermented, that is chemical reaction. Food is cooked, that is chemical reaction. Food gets digested in our body, it is all about the chemical reactions. We respire, that is, we take breathe, we leave the breathe, we take oxygen, we leave carbon dioxide. This all is chemical reactions. So basically, we are bounded with chemical reactions. In our chapter 1, chemical reactions and equations, there are some activities given. Let us learn about that activity. Among that, first activity is regarding burning of a magnesium ribbon in air. For that, you have to take one candle or one lamp and take one piece of magnesium ribbon. That ribbon should be made of magnesium. Catch that magnesium ribbon in in front of at top of a flame of a candle or flame of a lamp or flame of a burner, etc. etc. What do you observe? And keep in mind that when you do this, you will be doing in presence of air, that is in presence of oxygen. Okay, just keep in mind it is basic knowledge. All the chemical reactions which are not isolated are composed to air. Got the point? All the chemical reactions which are not packed, which are not isolated in a container, which are exposed to air, all that type of reaction come across the composition of air, the addition of air or the subtraction of air, that means oxygen. And flame itself, to burn a flame, it is must and should to have oxygen around it. Without oxygen, you cannot burn a flame neither on a candle, nor on a lamp, neither on a burner, nor on a gas stove. So, to burn a flame, you must and should need oxygen. And all that reactions that take undertake which are not isolated, which are not isolated, come across the composition of air. Composition means either addition or subtraction of air. Got the point? So, when you take a lamp, burn it, create a flame. On that flame, if you keep magnesium ribbon, it will react with oxygen. Obviously, because you are doing all in open air. That magnesium ribbon, what happens? It starts burning and can get converted into powder. And because in atmosphere the oxygen is present, so because of that the powder will be not just magnesium but it will be magnesium oxide. That means it will be along with magnesium oxygen. That means the oxygen is added to magnesium, so it becomes magnesium oxide. We must have observed that magnesium ribbon burns with a dazzling white flame and changes into a white powder. This powder is magnesium oxide. It is formed due to the reaction between magnesium and oxygen present in the air, as I told you. So, remember remember the important thing that any chemical reaction which is not isolated, undergoes chemical reaction in presence of oxygen. Either it will add the oxygen atoms from the atmosphere, or either it will release the oxygen atoms from the inner elements itself. Right?